Toast. There's plenty of prosecco in the buckets, so beer is also an option, or just hold a whole bottle of wine. It's up to you.
I've just been told that I'm the compere for the speeches, so who's first? I'd like to welcome the father of the bride.
Right. Oh, there's a lot of you. Yeah, it's on here. It's on here. I've got no notes on it. No paper notes on it. Right. Okay. Connecting. Right. Well, I'll start with you. I've been through several versions of this speech, and I've only just come up with the final version because nothing at all could prepare me for some of the things that happened this afternoon. You were there, you know. No, seriously. When Jenny came out with the MSN, the MCG, the GMM, that's her friend from school. Yeah, there's the GMM. Can we have a round of applause for the GMM, please? Rosie and Jess really, well, I say in particular, I'm sorry I'm saying that, because they were the only two I saw today, but they were really, really helpful and whatever. But when Jenny came through in her bridal gear, and it was like, I thought to myself beforehand, what's it going to be like? What's it going to be like when my daughter appears in a different dress with her hair done up and a bit of makeup? I know there are people in here who've given away daughters. You know, that's the saying, isn't it? It's rubbish, but who've given daughters away to husbands, and I guess you gentlemen must have felt the same sort of thing. Is that it was just like being punched in the face, but in a nice way. It was, I mean, I couldn't believe it. It was absolutely stunning. And sorry, was I not talking loud enough? I apologise. It was absolutely stunning, and I was so proud to see her this afternoon looking absolutely beautiful, as I'm sure you'd all agree. And then the other one was when I saw Nick and Jen committing themselves to each other in a formal sense and a legal sense at last. That was, I could never have imagined what that was going to be like. Absolutely beautiful, absolutely wonderful. And any of you out there thinking of starting a family, definitely try to have a daughter, because it's the most fantastic thing, apart from seeing her being born. But we won't go into that now, because the mother's here and it was... Oh, anyway, so I'll start my speech proper. It took me back, or take me back, standing here in front of a crowd of fairly friendly people, because I've played in front of some very unfriendly crowds, I'll be honest with you, but in front of friendly people, and it's, I'm going to freestyle again. It's been absolutely lovely. Shush. I've waited 29 years for this, and I hope I don't have to wait for another 29 years for the next one. It took me back 33 years to when I was married to the most beautiful woman in the world, who's still the bride's mother. No, the bride's mother, thank you. It's lovely that 33 years later she's still in my top 3. With Jenny and Becky. Alright? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so you may not have picked this up, but Lynn said to me beforehand, for God's sake, she said, don't go on. Because those of you who know me know that when it comes to telling a story, I don't tend to be brief. So I do apologise. I need verbal diarrhea and whatever. So I do apologise if I waffle on a bit, but try and stop me, you know? So, all right, you'll be like, I'll stop. So, I'm pretty much finished, because at the end of the day, when you think about it, the bride's father's speech is not the one people have come to hear. I'm just the warm-up man for the groom. Yeah? Oh yeah. Even the groom is just the warm-up man for the best men. So there's no pressure on us, none whatsoever, because in 20 minutes' time, when I finish, in 20 minutes' time, they'll have forgotten everything that we've said, and they'll be just concentrating on those two guys, so we're all right. Okay, so I went on the internet and found out what's meant to be, I went on the interweb and found out what's meant to be in a Father Bride's speech. It said, welcome the guests, talk about Jenny, some words of wisdom, and then toast the bride and groom. Okay, so I'll keep it brief. Thank you very much for coming. Jenny's been great. Choose the many, not the few. But seriously, I'd like to thank you all for coming. I mean, in the words of the great Elton John, can you feel the love tonight? Really? No. It's absolutely fantastic, and I've met so many of Jen and Nick's friends. I've met some of them before, met some new friends, and oh dear, it's kicking off there. Michael, you've been told, don't fiddle during the speeches. I've met so many, and Nick's family, I've met some of Nick's family before, obviously. To meet the wider family today has been absolutely lovely, and yesterday, we met somebody yesterday, was absolutely lovely. And you're all very welcome, and I'd like to say a big, big thank you for two things: for making the journey here, and for those of you who've helped out make the hall. This was just an empty husk of a building 2 days yesterday, but people came along and worked really hard to make it fantastic, and it's been absolutely fantastic, really lovely. I've really, really, really enjoyed it. It's been fantastic. So thank you all for coming along. And I'd like to thank Jenny's mum and Nick's mum and dad. Where's he gone? Okay. There he is, mum and dad, for making it all possible. So can I don't know whether it's a conventional thing, but I'd like to raise a glass to the bride's mother and the bridegroom's mother and father, please. Bride's mother, bridegroom's mother and father, thank you. Back to the internet, it says, share an amusing or entertaining story of the bride. Well, you've seen the photographs at the back there, some of which involve the bride. We got those. I was up in the loft looking at those photographs with Lynn, with my wife here, with Lynn. She's on the phone. To Charlie, on the phone to Charlie. Hello. Yeah, I was up in the loft with Lynn, looking through these photographs. That sound. Just a second.
Almost like you're going to walk out the front, it's on the left.
It's like you're going to walk out the front of the left. You're all rushing to help. Isn't that lovely?
Simon?
We all want to dance. I'll shut up in a minute. Yeah, so I was up there in the loft with my wife, looking for the photographs, filthy, dirty, covered in cobwebs, but she's been good with the kids. We couldn't find any. We couldn't find any embarrassing photographs. No late nights, even with the GMN. No dodgy boyfriends, present company accepted. No drug excesses, no alcohol excesses, nothing. However, there was an element in the room. An elephant in the room. And the elephant in the room was the fact that Jenny was a very, very ugly baby. She was. I mean, no, let's not hide it any longer. She was a very ugly baby. And if you look at the pictures there, anything up to the age of 14, no, up to the age of 2, anything up to the age of 2, good grief, she was ugly. In fact, I remember a time Lynn and I took her into town on the bus before we could afford a car, like you youngsters now with cars. And I got on the bus, I said 1.5 to town centre, please, Crewe Town Centre. And the bus driver said, yeah, would you mind sitting at the back with that very, very ugly baby? I don't want my passengers being upset. I couldn't believe it. So I went to the back, sat down, and gentleman next to me says, I said to him, that bus driver's very rude. I'm not very happy about that. He's a very rude bus driver. I'm going to have a word with him. He said, it's all right. I'll look after you, monkey. Anyway, all right, okay. Forget that one. Right. Okay, but no trouble. No trouble. She was ugly, but she's been no trouble at all. Right? No trouble at all. Nothing. Until about a week ago. It all went pear-shaped. A week ago. We had to paint tins and punch holes in tins to make the lanterns outside. We had to... What else did we have to do? We had to, spray the cans, soak the glass jars in the bath. I haven't had a bath for a week because we've been soaking glass jars to make the little vases that you've got there decorated. Mum, can you get some bread rolls for the reception? Yeah, how many? 150. Okay, yeah, thanks very much. Yeah, we'll get that sorted, no problem. She's been no trouble at all apart from that. She's been an absolutely wonderful daughter. And now... And now she's going to be... It's difficult, isn't it? I mean, she's been a wonderful partner. I'm sure you'd agree, Nick, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, and now she's going to be a wonderful wife, which is fantastic. Okay, I'm nearly there now, I'm on the final straight, and thank goodness for Stevie Wonder, who 45 years ago today released the album Talking Book, which includes these lines. You listening?
Yeah.
You are the sunshine of my life. That's why I'll always be around. You are the apple of my eye. Forever, you'll stay in my heart. Obviously that's not me saying that to you. I'm just making the speech. Now, I used to teach science in secondary school, and one of the things we did in physics was the fact that every single atom on this planet, every little part of you, was spat out from the sun about 6 billion years ago. Okay, we're all made from pieces of the sun. So every one of you is a little ray of sunshine in a way. And what I saw today was 2 rays of sunshine joining together with a 3rd ray of sunshine in the middle, little Charlie, had to be taken out during the ceremony for those who weren't there, but never mind, he misbehaved very badly, but never mind. And we absolutely love you both. Absolutely fantastic. Beautiful to see you. Beautiful to see you together today and making your vows and everything. And to have Charlie as well as an extra ray of sunshine in our lives has been absolutely fantastic. And I'd like to thank you for bringing us the joy of Charlie. And I'm pretty much finished now. I apologise now. If you want to thump me later, that's fantastic. Do that. I am so proud of my daughter and her choice of husband. It's been a fantastic day. Thank you very much for making it so wonderful. I will close now by asking you to join me in toasting Mr. and Mrs. Rutherford, the bride and groom. Thank you.
Toasting with an empty Budweiser. Some best man I've got. Thank you. There we go. I will keep mine brief. I would say because I want to get to the drinking and the dancing and stuff, but actually it's because I just didn't write a speech. So, thank you, Kev, for that. That was fabulous. I would like to just say, I'm going to just do the quick thank yous and move on. But just this hall yesterday was not good, and it was my fault because I was like, yeah, this will be fine, let's do that. So, and it was not nice. So all of this stuff that's happened is incredible, and it happened overnight, and it was thanks to Jen's amazing plans and Becky for coming in and just being an absolute hero, and everybody else who came in and just made sure that everything was hanging up and doing things and working till late and having pizza and working more. So thank you so much for everybody who did that. Thank you everybody today. Weddings are, I used to be a bit like, marriage is really stupid, isn't it? Bits of paper and stuff like that. I loved saying that. And now, especially today, like, I'm proper into the institution of marriage. And I'd like to justify that, because the first reason is that this is totally weird. Like, everybody in this room, like, I've been to weddings before and I've known like 5 people and I've been like, oh, I don't know. So I've been where you are. But for me, this is madness. I know everyone. I know everyone. I'm like, hello, 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 hello. And then like seeing weird people get drunk with each other is just fabulous. So please find someone you don't know, because I'll get a kick out of it. If you find someone you don't know and you get pissed with them later, that'd be great. The second reason is because Jen and I have been kicking the tires for a wee while now. We've got a little boy and we've gone out together for forever. And the girlfriend thing, whilst it was kind of fun sometimes to be like, yes, I'm just going out with my girlfriend tonight and our baby. That was kind of cool. It got a bit old because I could never get behind the partner, really. It felt a bit weird. And I'm looking forward to being like, that's my wife. Unhand my wife. Where's my wife? I'm like, I think that's a really good reason to get married, so you should totally do that. The third reason, and I think this is a really important thing, is that there is no better thing in society that we've got to stand up and say to the person that you love the most in the world, you're amazing and I want to spend my whole life with you. And Jen is the most fun, friendly, kind, loving human being I've ever had the pleasure to know, and I get to marry her, and that is brilliant. And I get to do it in front of all you guys in a really, really nice way, and have like lots of beer at the same time. So, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kev and Len, and all of the Rendell family for just like being brilliant. It's been like a second family since I walked in your door first time, 10 years ago or whatever. So thank you so much, and thank you for this, but thank you for making me feel like a son already. So can we please toast them and toast my wife as well. And you guys, thank you. And now I will present my wife, Jen.
Hello everyone! I'm sorry in advance because I'm going to try not to get too emotional. I also haven't crafted a speech, so this could just be an emotional blah, so I'm really sorry. But it's so wonderful having you all here today. It means so much to Nick and I, and it is amazing looking around and seeing everybody that you love and everybody that you know. It's just brilliant. Nick said I'm going to do specific thank yous. I'm so scared that I'm going to miss somebody because there's so many people to thank. On the run-up to the wedding, just so many friends and family saying, what can I do, what can I do? People lending me things. I can't even mention them all because I'm going to forget you, but like Clary, provide all the table runners, my friends, our friends Lenny and Dom, we're just like, anything you need, we're here. They're brilliant, they'll problem solve anything for me, and they've just been incredible running around. Lenny's going to have a baby, they just moved house, I'm like, yeah, we'll do whatever you want, it's fine. You're wonderful, thank you. My next door neighbour, Enza, who will do anything for anyone, such a warm, kind person, has sorted all the flowers that you see in the boxes around the room. Thank you, Enza, you're wonderful. Music. Oh, yeah, thank you in advance to the wonderful Abunye who you're going to hear tonight. That is, what? Yes, okay. Listen, I'm bumping to yours. Right, so, the wonderful Abunye we're going to hear. Thank you so much for playing tonight. That's really kind of you. And Julia and Ben, thank you so much wherever you are for the wonderful music. There's people I'm missing. There's people that I'm missing. Oh yes, food. The people who brought food. And Colette, who's over there, Colette's boyfriend Curran, his mum, who I've never even met, has made me the most amazing wedding cake. I've never met her, I need to meet her because she made my baby shower cake, and then she made my wedding cake. She's never met me, she's the kindest person ever. So, thank you to your mum, please relay my thanks. I will also obviously relay my mother, probably my sister, Jess, Rosie, lots of other people that have been really stressed about my wedding. I'm so sorry. But thank you, because you all, I do need reining in and, sorting out with that a little bit. So thank you for organising me. The food that everybody brought, it makes me feel really emotional because everybody's just so kind. So thank you for just really rallying and helping us. Also, are the guys still here, the food people?
Alex and Alex.
Alex and Alex! Are you there? Please come hither. I can't wait. Yes, come in. Of course, I'll cater your wedding. Alex and Alex were the total opposites. I went to Trinity Kitchen, had some of their delicious food, and I was like, oh, it's already transferred. And they've just done exactly what they've just said. Oh, we'll just keep it. It's exactly the same as in Trinity Kitchen. They've been emailing me all the time to say, what can we do to make it really special for you? We'll do these extras, we'll do these extras. We just want everything to be right for you. So you've been amazing. Thank you so much for just going above and beyond. And it was absolutely it's all been a blur, but last night we had a huge team of people come to transform this hall, like Nick said. And that was just incredible. My family, Nick's family, we are now one. But our families have just been amazing. The teams that have come in, and that's been brilliant. My brother Tom and Mo striking up a friendship, just powering through with the tables, getting it all set up, and just everybody just being like Izzy and Davey and Christina and Jimmy and Matt and Lizzie, and who else was here last night? Everybody. The Grantees. Obviously Simon and Becky and Joe and Steph doing all the flowers today. Gina, I'm getting to Gina, don't panic. Chris, Annie, everybody. Have I forgotten anyone? Probably. I've probably forgotten someone who was here last night. But Sarah Damon! Did I say you? Okay. Sorry. I just saw them and panicked. But all of you guys, thank you so much for. And Dom was here last night as well, because Dom's been everywhere. It's amazing, and I left and went off. I'm sorry, this is really going on, isn't it? I meant to say 2 minutes. I'm so sorry.
My father's daughter.
Okay, I am my father's daughter. And I just went off and didn't. And the first time I saw it was coming back at 5 o'clock today, and it has been totally transformed. Thank you so much, all of you. You're all amazing. Now I was going to finish with something I can't remember, but oh yes, my bridesmaids first of all. You always say, oh, aren't the bridesmaids beautiful? That's great, of course they're beautiful, but can I just say, even more than that, they are just the warmest, kindest, most creative, most incredible, wonderful, talented people ever. Can we please have a huge clap for my wonderful best friend Sarah, my wonderful sister Becky. You are fantastic and amazing. My sister is in New York, as you may know, and she has just been like, anything you want, I'm just on it. And, my geography is not so good, sorry, Ian Grant. Atlantic Ocean? Yes! The Atlantic Ocean has separated us, but it's just been like it's not been there. Because Beck's just been absolutely incredible. You're amazing. The past couple of days, Beck has just basically project managed everything. I love you so much. I'm so, so lucky to have you. You're the best sister ever. And thank you for being so wonderful. Okay. I will finish. My most amazing mum and dad, the kindest people ever. They do anything for you. And thank you for all your help raising me and also making me. Not making me. I won't go into that. But you're incredible. Annie, Kane, and all Nick's side of the family, you have just welcomed me so much. Chris, I just feel like I'm part of your family. Now I am officially part of your family, but I just love you guys so much. And I will finish by just saying that it makes me feel so happy to look out around the room and see you all. And I had to ad-lib and speak from the heart a little bit, but I just love you all, and it's so special to me. And it's just great having you here.
And now, it's the beginning of the 2 best men speeches. I spoke to Nick yesterday, actually, and I said to him, to be honest, Nick, I'm not gonna say anything too stressful for you. I'm not gonna try and stress you out. I'm not gonna try and embarrass you. I don't want you to feel unhappy on your wedding day. I don't want everybody else to feel unhappy on your wedding day. I don't want to get thrown out either. And Nick said to me, why? I was like, you what, mate? He was like, well, I don't want everyone to think I'm boring or something. So you want to throw everything away, just to not sound boring. I'm not going to do it, Nick. I'm not going to stress you out. I'm not going to make everything horrible for you. I'm too good a friend for that. Can I just say, just before I do start, with this slight roasting of Nick. Doesn't everyone look amazing? Doesn't Jen look amazing today? Round of applause for Jen. I did have to think about some sort of story about Nick, and the one that came to mind was the leg breaking incident. Has everybody heard the leg breaking incident? No, yeah, there's a mixed room, that's good. Okay, well, anybody who's heard it before, I'm going to reiterate, because it is funny, and it is embarrassing, and it does make him look like a dickhead. Nick moved to Leeds to study at the university, studying music at the university. And I think actually, quite early on, Nick realised that it wasn't actually for him. And this is just a bit of context for the happy ending that comes actually because of this story. But Nick realised it wasn't for him. Anyway, Nick was in first year and he was drinking like most first years do. And one night everybody decided to go out. I wasn't actually here for this. Actually, I wasn't there for this, but I have heard the story enough times and I've spoken to a lot of Nick's friends who were there. Everyone decided to go out, and Nick decided that that he wanted to get from the first story flat, his first story flat, to outside, but he didn't want to use the stairs. He was going to jump out of the window and get down that way. And I'll give you a sort of a little. I think I can show you a picture. I'll give you a picture of what it looked like. So this is Nick's. This is like Nick up here, and then this is like the ground down here, okay? And there's like a grassy verge, and then there's a drop. I'm right?
Yeah.
I'm right? Okay. There's a grassy verge, and then there's a drop. And it's a drop onto some cement, or concrete, sorry. So, Nick's up there. Has anybody ever, has anybody ever seen Nick, even just try and grab a cup? It's like, you know. So Nick's not like Nick's not like nimble. So Nick thought that he was gonna go and fall there, but what he actually did was, I flop. And he fell straight to the ground and broke his leg. He broke his leg, went straight into a cast, straight back to Edinburgh, straight on the codeine, and he was just sitting there miserable. I remember I came to visit him and he was just like, he was like, I went to visit him and he's like, my dad was laughing at me. My mum's not being very nice. Yeah, but I mean, do you know what I mean? Fair enough. They just think you're a dickhead. Where am I? Where did we get to? This, okay, I told you there was a happy ending here. There is a happy ending. This actually gave Nik a little bit of time to think. And I said that Nik wasn't very happy with his course at that time, and he decided that he was going to leave Leeds Uni at that time, and he was going to start a course at LCM, which is Leeds College of Music, if any of you don't know. And I think that Nik will probably tell you that was the best idea he ever had. I think Nik is really happy that he did that, and I think that was a really good idea. I think Nik ended up with some amazing tuition, and he ended up doing exactly what he wanted to do. Round of applause for Nik's decision to do that. And yeah, and if it wasn't for that leg-breaking incident, he probably wouldn't have done that. So actually, it's got a bit of a sort of a happy ending, and that is, to be honest, it shows me that is sort of what Nik's all about. Nik's always been the sort of person who, if he's unhappy with something, he will change it. If he wants to do something, Nik will do it. We've seen Nik's already had an amazing career. Nik's already got, if you look at Nik's CV, it's crazy. For someone under 30, he's like worked in radio, he's worked in politics, jazz musician. It's crazy. It really is, and that is Nik's character through and through. Now I'm going to get to the soppy bit. There's quite a lot of soppy bit. Am I going on? No, I'm doing all right. Okay. Nik. Around a year after this leg-breaking incident, I think Nik was going out with Jen. Is that right? About a year after that, is that right? Yeah, something like that. And a year after that, I moved to Leeds, and I got to witness Nik and Jen as a couple, and I really got to know Jen, and I really got to know that Nik and Jen are literally the best couple, one of the best couples. They are the best couple I know. They really, really are. They're like a comedy duo. They're like they're just an amazing team. And I love hanging out with them. I get really excited when I'm about to go down and see Nik and Jen, or if they're going to come visit us. And now with Charlie, I get even more excited, because now we get to hang out with little Charlie. Nik, Jen and Charlie, it's like the Holy Trinity. Amazing. And I'll say one more thing. I'm going to say one more thing. I think it's soppy again. And this is more about Nik. So, when Nik started his course at LCM, a couple of weeks later, he sort of gives me a ring, and he's like, man, you should come down. You should come and do this course. This is amazing. LCM is great. You'll really enjoy it. And I took his advice. I thought, okay, I'll take his advice. I did it, and I'm really happy I did it. And Nik was really supportive. He helped me get into Leeds College of Music. He helped me in the audition. Nik was amazing. I think that Nik does that with a lot of people, and I think that shows Nik. It shows you what a great guy Nik is. And I think the thing that I got to say is, if he can, because that really did sort of change my life. I now play music for a living, and I'm really happy. If he can do that to me, and I'm just some guy, think about how happy Charlie's going to be in the future. Yeah, Charlie's got such an amazing dad and such an amazing mum in Jen and Nik. I'm so happy. A toast to Nik and Jen, everybody. If you want to hear any of the horrible stories that I kept in the back of my head and didn't use, you can speak to me and buy me a drink. I know we can't buy drinks here. Just speak to me, I'll tell you all the stories later. Chris Rutherford now.
So let's get started. Like, actually, I've got to say, I'm very impressed with everyone that's come here and everyone that made this place what it is. Like, we've got ourselves a beautiful event in a room
with mustard curtains. Like, come on, let's have a look at it. Bloody horrible. And no one's even looked yet today. No one has looked at the bloody horrible curtains because everyone's put on some event here. And this event, the worst time shotgun marriage that I'm sure any of you have ever been to. Well, timing, one of Nick's many strengths. That's what we're going to be looking at today. Right, I need to go on my phone for notes. It looks a bit dreadful here, but genuinely, there is a sheet out there and it will say some horrible things. I'm going to try and keep this brief because, you know, we've had a lot of speeches and also the decisiveness that means Nick's going to go far in politics. He's decided to pick two best men. Actually, this whole thing today is maybe think about what is needed for a relationship to work, for a marriage to work. And I think what you want is someone who you feel really safe with, a safe person, the kind of person that's able to set themselves on fire. Twice. I'm telling you, the first time you go, oh, you've set yourself on fire, that's a bit funny. You know, there's a check shirt with a big hole in the back of it with a flame set fire in it. You hear the story of him going, oh, I was all on fire, threw a cup of tea at me, rolled around, you go, that's great, that's great. The second time you hear the story saying, actually, I've been a little bit on fire, you go, yeah, you told me last year. He goes, nah. Now I've been on fire again. You see the check shirt with a big hole in the back of it. So, you know, the safe pair of hands that Nick can provide in a relationship, in a marriage. We got the calm head that Nick has always exuded. You know, many of you have seen that. The guys that have worked in politics with him, I've seen someone that's actually been able to mastermind something pretty incredible. I've worked with Nick, well, been with Nick when we've been watching a football game 3-2 ahead in stoppage time of a big game. So the person behind us says, oh my God, we've won it. He turns round, grabs him, both hands by the face. A complete stranger, by the way. Both hands by the face and says, don't even dare. So calmness exuded from Nick. And you know, the sensible, dependable man that'll always be there for anything that you need. The sort of sensible, dependable man that Matt's just told you about that jumps out of a first story window just because he thought it'd be a bit funny. And also, a patient and loving man. This is a patient and loving man. And he doesn't even know I know this one. Right? His son's birthday, barely 2 weeks ago. You know, I come through, make an effort, buy the little man a present. He said, it's a big part of my life now. The very same present that the little man got ended up in a tree out of a window. Nick got so upset with the little talking cat, ruining his day, that rather than just letting his son enjoy it, out the window in a tree, and I had to spend time going to retrieve that thing. So that's the patient man. The patient man that is going to be beautiful for this marriage. But actually, you know what? Like, I can stand here laying into him all day and tell you what, if you bring me a wine afterwards, I'll continue to lay into him all night. But what we have is the qualities that really do matter. You know, I see a man that actually has a real deep love for his wife, for his son. And since Charlie's come along, a family that already felt very close, it's done something that I didn't even think was possible. It's brought us even closer together. Jen, I'd traditionally say I'd welcome you to the family, but you've been family to me for so long. If I said welcome to the family, it'd be as insincere as anything I could even dream of saying up here today. hearing Eddie when these three, this family, this little unit now, go marching off into the rest of their lives. And I'm sure we'll all be happy to raise a glass. I can get my glass, it's over here somewhere. The bride and groom, and the love that they share, because truly this is something beautiful we're seeing today.
Ladies and gentlemen, the sister of the bride.
Firstly, I wanted to say a huge thank you to everyone today, but in particular, Jenny's friends who threw an amazing hen party while I was being the transatlantic maid of honour. Thank you so much to the GMN and Leeds and everyone that threw that for her. Thank you. We had our own second hen party, it was wonderful, so thank you so much for everyone who could make it to that as well. Right, whew. I'm a bit nervous. I could spend hours telling you how much I love my incredible sister, but it would probably get a bit intense, and once I start with embarrassing anecdotes, I wouldn't really know where to stop. However, as a few people have also said tonight, please feel free to find me afterwards for details on any of the following incidents. Jenny's lifelong obsession with the footballer Michael Owen, her pet stick insect Ollie and his unfortunate end, or the infamous flashing incident in the Grantees garden in about 2001. They can give you the details, are just on this table there. It involved an assault course and a very shocked neighbour. Jenny and I have always been extremely close, and growing up we basically created our own secret language. There are about 7 people in the room today who know the true meanings of Akazino, Konkeno, Schlomp and Smog. Again, we were very, very close, and another reason why any anecdotes and stories would get a little bit weird. But when it was just me and Jenny, we shared everything. We shared extremely fashionable clothes, of course, a large collection of TY Beanie Babies that we thought were going to make us millions one day, and a complete lack of talent for football, despite our wonderful dad taking us to play every single Saturday, and our granddad probably holding out hopes for a Liverpool ladies' career. To Dad's dismay, Jenny's goalkeeping career never really took off. And I'm pretty sure that I got hit by the ball in the face more times than it hit my foot. But it shows Jenny's persistence was already there at a young age. Despite all of this, somehow I thought that Jenny was the coolest person in the whole world. And it wasn't just that she was just 2 years older than me and my older sister. I remember watching her apply mascara in the weird way that she does when she covers her whole eye and then use a makeup wipe to remove it afterwards. She genuinely still does that today, somehow.
Short eyelashes.
But yeah, I thought she was the coolest person in the world, and it might have been the Diodora tracksuit, or the bright blue eyeshadow, or the double pigtails, but I desperately wanted to be her best friend, and for some reason she let me. And in hindsight, many years later, she wasn't that cool, and neither was I, but we were actually really, really uncool. But it doesn't matter though, because we were extremely happy, and I can't describe how lucky I feel to have grown up with a sister and in a house where I genuinely felt I could be myself and be a little bit odd and just have incredibly close siblings, where that was the important thing, that we were a close family, and that remains to this day. And growing up with Jenny as my big sister was constantly fun. That was a consistent thing every single day. It was never boring, and as everyone in this room knows, Jenny embraces the joy in every single moment, and this naturally fills the people around her with joy too. And silliness is encouraged, and as cheesy as it sounds, and my dad has already echoed this sentiment today, but my sister is a ray of sunshine, and any room that she is in. Any place, a football stadium, if she was in the middle of a field, she would be beaming out and making everyone around her feel happy. And I think the people around us today can definitely agree with me on that. And Jenny certainly had this effect on my wonderful brother-in-law, Nick. And I remember her telling me how he had serenaded her with a guitar one night outside her bedroom window, singing Your Song by Elton John. And in what seems to be a pattern for the females in our family, Jenny was swept off her feet by a tall romantic musician with dark hair and a silly sense of humour. Nick, I love you, my brother-in-law. You embrace every part of being a Rendell. From passionate board game tournaments and Wales holidays and adopting a ridiculous nickname, Nini. You've been one of the family for years, and today you just made it official. Welcome. I've spoken about how silly and fun Jenny is, but a little over a year ago, I saw a new side to my sister when she became a mum. And where do I even begin describing the best baby in the whole world? I don't care what any of you say. The love of my life, Charlie. Jenny, I will never forget the day that you brought him into the world. And you showed strength beyond anything I've ever seen in my whole life. And I honestly, sorry. I don't have the words to even begin to describe how much happiness Charlie brings to everyone and your family brings to everyone that you're around. So just a little glass for Charlie. You and Nick are such incredible parents. Like I say, I don't have the words to say how incredible you are watching the three of you. And I feel so lucky to watch you fill Charlie's life with music and laughter and joy. And Jen, you've come a long way from the big sister who would roll up our pet guinea pigs in a towel and sing songs about them being guinea pig pasties. I'm really glad you didn't continue that trend. Whether you grew out of it. I don't know if Nick knows about that part of our life. Jenny, even when I'm on the other side of the Atlantic, you inspire me every single day. From the small things you do, like relaxing and chilling out enough to only leave 5 minutes before leaving to catch a train, to the big things, like constantly finding the joy in every single moment and bringing it to everyone around you. Whether we're hundreds of miles apart, or on a weekend in London with our amazing mum, or dancing around the kitchen to Disney songs, you're my big sister and you're my best friend. And today you married the love of your life, and I couldn't be happier. Please join me in raising a glass to my incredible sister and brother, Nick and Jen.
Thank you very much, everybody. One more toast to Nick and Jen. Raise the glass to Nick and Jen. We've got the music now, there's no more speeches, we've all shut up. It's the music.